Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the 2003 game that is based off of, the 2003 cartoon, which let me just say, a lot of nostalgia there. Grew up on that one. To put it in the simplest of terms, this is a 3D brawler, and while this may look like, somewhat generic or simple, and, I know some games that are similar to this that get some criticism would be like Batman Rise of Sinzu or Spider-Man Friend or Foe, where it's like, it's just these button-mashy 3D brawlers, but I promise, Turtles, this game is sort of like Turtles in Time in 3D, to where it looks simple on its surface, but there is a lot of depth to the game. There's a lot of mechanics that you got to grasp and learn, and honestly, it is so much fun, and it gets to be surprisingly challenging at certain points. Me personally, when I play the game, I go with Michelangelo. That's just the one that I've always went with when I play this game. There's just something about his moveset. It just, the whole eat feet, eat feet, eat feet. If you played the game, you know what I'm talking about. When you're facing off against the two mouse robots at the end, you just spam the same move with the twirling nunchucks and the feet going eat feet, eat feet, eat feet. This is another one of those games that actually includes clips from the show as well to string everything together. Gosh, I can't even speak English. This entire game is basically based off of a good portion of Season 1, not the entirety of Season 1, but a good portion of it, and again, it's going to be stringing you along with actual clips from the show, so it stays pretty close to the show's storyline. It only deviates ever so slightly, and even when it does, it finds its way back to the show pretty quickly. There's a bit of a combo system going, so for most of the game, you're probably just going to be mashing A or X just to kind of do like the basic combos, but then you can do this thing where like, you hit X a couple of times and you hit square. Sometimes you'll do an X square to stun an enemy, sometimes you do an XX square to do like a whole ground thing, or the whole like area of effect and knock all the enemies away. Sometimes you'll do a XXX square, so then you can hit him a couple of times and hit him with like a nunchuck spin, and then other times you're going to be like spamming L2 to dodge out of the way. For some bosses, you'll want to go up and hit him as much as you can. For some enemies, you want to do like, the whole area of effect thing. For some, they're really quick, so you just want to hit him with the XXX and get moving to the next guy. For some bosses, sometimes you might not even want to fight him. Sometimes you might want to dash away and spam him with the fire stars. And another cool thing is that no matter which turtle you choose, because obviously you can choose between any of the turtles, or if you have cheat codes, you can play as other characters like Splinter. While not each campaign is 100% unique, each turtle does actually have like unique levels or unique bosses to each one. Like if you play as Raphael, for example, you can face off against Casey Jones. And that doesn't happen if you play as any of the other turtles. And there's like unique things like that for each of the turtles. So it is actually worth going through and playing as each of the turtles. And the game really isn't that long. It can take you anywhere from 3 to 8 hours. It just depends on how good or bad you are, really. I don't want to go too much more in depth about this game, but yeah, if you have any nostalgia for the 2003 show like I do, just, even seeing the cartoon clips in game is enough for me to this day to just get on and be like, oh my gosh, yes, I'm like playing inside of the show, but it's the game, and it's just... and there's also 2 sequels to this game. You got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 Battle Nexus, as well as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 Mutant Mayhem. All 3 of these are absolutely amazing games, and there's also like other versions of them. Like you got the GBA versions, which are literally just like Turtles in Time type games, except on GBA. They're like completely different. They're 2D beat-em-ups, but they're absolutely amazing as well. If you haven't played any of these games before, please do yourself a favor and pick them up and try.